Good morning. This is Rachel Jackson from Yum Healing Arts. I am a certified medicinal aromatherapist here with you today to talk social anxiety. And I'm at my oil bar here in the studio just to share my top 3 essences that I might recommend for social anxiety. And social anxiety it's so common. It can occur to anyone at any time. And it's just so terrible because anxiety has this way of limiting us and locking us out of our brilliance and our resources. Someone might be very intelligent, very educated, have even just like the most amazing personality, and yet with social anxiety they end up sort of freezing and getting locked out of their own selves and cannot really bring that forth to be experienced by others. And I really don't want that to ever be your experience. So I'm here to give you some support and bring you my top 3 essences that I would recommend for social anxiety. And you can apply them at the chest. You can always just smell them. I like to be able to smell them and get them into the bloodstream through the skin. But if you need any advice upon that, please reach out. I'll start with lavender. And lavender is just my go-to for a lot of things. It has a wide variety of medicinal applications and benefits. We carry over, I think, maybe 10 different varieties of lavender at Wisdom of the Earth. And the one I love the most for social anxiety is the wild harvested Albanian. It is, in my experience, one of the most sedating ones that we carry. And it's just really calming, centering, and helps you maintain your kind of a calm, cool composure. And really nice for if somebody has struggled with trauma around self-expression. If you've had a traumatic experience when you've actually tried to express yourself creatively or authentically, and there was a lashback, that maybe there was humiliation or it wasn't accepted, or you weren't with your people, it didn't feel safe. So lavender is a really nice one for calm composure and for healing that trauma so that you can get back to expression and feel confident and centered in that. So that's lavender. And then I also really like vetiver. So this is the other one that I would recommend. They're really nice together even. Really, both of them are wonderful for insomnia too, when you have that mental churning that keeps you from settling down for the night. Anxiety is just really an upward moving energy, and it can take on different flavors, but vetiver is really nice for grounding down, getting back to your authentic self. And this is really for, I would say, the individual who is kind of a bit more of a perfectionist and is holds themselves back out of fear of making a mistake or being wrong, or just struggling with how to handle that and be quick and handle that with grace. So vetiver is a really nice friend for that, especially if you find yourself holding back in situations because of fear. And I would also recommend basil sweet. You could use any of the basils. They're really nice for boosting the confidence and image and self-image and having a positive self-image. And this one brings in a little bit more mental clarity, a little bit more focus. So if you don't want to be so sedated I use the word sedated with the others, but if you don't want to be so sedated when you're in that social experience and you want to bring forth that mental clarity and that sharpness, you might like the basil sweet. We have three other basils: the holy basil, the exotic basil, and the true basil. And all of them would be lovely because they're just so nice for the nervous system. I find the sweet is a little bit more grounding and balancing for the central nervous system. So it all depends on kind of what your intention is. But the basil sweet is lovely for, again, mental clarity, grounding the nervous, stabilizing the nervous system, coming out of that anxiety, but still having that energetic, clear mental focus. So I hope that helps. And you'll just notice that all three kind of have a different flavor because they're working with different plant parts that were distilled. So you've got your flower essence, your lavender, which is going to be more centering. Flower essences in general are more centering, heart focused. And this one also works with liver. So if there's like an irritability, so when you think centering, you're thinking we're not just bringing the anxiety down, but we're also lifting up out of any kind of depressive tendencies. And vetiver is distilled from the roots of a grass. So this one is more stabilizing, good for kidneys and adrenals, really a nice tonic to the system to kind of nourish and restore. Because anxiety has a tendency to drain our energy. Before we've even gotten to the place where we're showing up in the world, we're already drained and exhausted because the anxiety is leaking and pulling energy from our system. And then basil sweet is, again, the leaf essence. So we've got a flower, we've got a root, we've got a leaf. So different flavors here. This one's going to work a little bit more on the immune system and energetic boundary and the respiratory system, mental clarity. So each one has a different flavor. You'll know best how your social anxiety shows up and manifests. So I hope this helps, and I hope that you feel like you have a little bit of support in your plant friends as you go into the next social situation with confidence, with radiance, and just bringing that brilliant aspect of yourself forward. And leave me a comment, leave me a question. I'm here for you. Thank you.